Dive into summer with Vizcaya swimwear. Stylish, comfortable, unforgettable. Make a splash with Vizcaya swimwear. Discover your beauty with Lady Code Cosmetics. Bold colors, flawless finishes. Unleash your confidence with Lady Code. Hello and welcome back to Misrepresented. I'm your host, Lisa Opie, and before we get started with today's episode, I have to thank Pink Apple Dresses for dressing me for today's episode and True Beauty Glam for doing my makeup. I'm obsessed. So on that note, I want to introduce our guest this week, Jules Corsi, who is the founder of True Beauty Glam, director of social media at Pageant Planet and USA National Miss Teen 2018.
Yes.
Is that everything, Jules?
Yeah. I think so.
I'm out of breath. I'm like, I hope I didn't miss anything. You have so much going on. Like, you're so amazing.
Oh my God, thank you. I mean, coming from you.
Oh my gosh, no. It's an honor to have you. Seriously, I
I'm
feel like
so excited to be here.
Me too.
I've
We
been watching.
finally made it happen.
I know. We finally made it happen. Yeah, so excited. And I got to glam Lisa, so excited about that.
I know. I love this blue moment. I was like, Jules, please do my makeup.
I love doing color. Color is like my favorite thing to do.
I think that's like your brand.
With and then with pageant makeup, like you can't really do colors. Whenever I get the opportunity, I'm like, I have to take it.
Yeah, and you like run with it. And she was like, I think I'm gonna do blue, and I was like, perfect. There's a pink apple dress for that. So
exactly.
It's
and I was eyeing that one too when I saw it. I was
really?
I was like, I think that one would be good on her.
And I feel like it's very like True Beauty Glam. Like I feel like the colors.
Yes,
I love it so much. So. Okay, I don't know where to start. I'm like really overwhelmed. This might be like a 3-hour episode. Also, guys, like we're diving right in. We're sending it with no talking points. We're like, we're just gonna talk. So
we're just gonna go for it.
Yeah, it might be a messy episode, but we're gonna have fun.
Yeah, we're gonna have so much fun.
So I think where you got your start with makeup, because that's when we really connected.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I love pageants with my whole life, but it really was an anti-pageant move when I started makeup.
What?
Yeah. So I competed at Miss Collegiate, and they basically like disqualified me for bikini photos. I don't care about saying that.
Wait, but do they have a swimsuit portion or no? Oh, okay. So they're like,
and it is definitely more like girl next door, like conservative pageant, and I knew that going into it, but I was like, was trying to do Sports Illustrated, and I had asked my director, and they were like, yeah, it's fine. But then when I got to nationals, it was like a different story, and so I just was like, I've been so clean on Instagram, like my entire life growing up as a pageant girl. Like I've never posted anything inappropriate, and like I was 22 at the time or 21, I don't know, and I was like, I can't post a bikini photo, like really. So you had posted on your Instagram that you were looking for a makeup artist, like an intern or whatever, and I didn't tell anybody. You know how to say like the best things are when you like keep it a secret 100%. And then it happens. So I like sent you my info and photos of work that I've done, and it worked out obviously, and it was just kind of crazy. Like it was just kind of like, I mean, that's why my hair is red now. Like, I love pageants. I love pageants. They've given me so much, like, especially with True Beauty. Like, you know, I wouldn't be here without pageants. But me personally, I just think, it was like, I just wanted to leave that behind and pursue something that I really love.
I love that.
And on like a deeper note, I don't know if I told you about this. I think I might have, but I was dating somebody at the time who like really got my start into makeup. Like he really helped me. And then he like died, and it was
Jules.
Yes, it like totally changed my life, but makeup saved me. Like literally doing makeup was like how I got out of grieving.
Wow.
And it's like also you hiring me, like you have no idea how much you've saved my life in a way too. So Lisa's my makeup mom. I call her my makeup mom. Yeah.
I feel like I have a ton of makeup babies, but you're one of my like biggest success stories that I love to tell people. I'm like, you know, like Jules like really took everything I taught her and like ran with it. Like she manages a team now. She's sponsoring national pageants.
So grateful
like you're
for
doing
you.
Celebrities. Like, and now I want you to like teach your own classes.
I know.
There might be like a duo class coming soon where you teach makeup, I'll teach hair, because people need to learn hair too.
Mm-hmm. I know.
But yeah, back to like, okay, everything. There was like so much
I know. I
jump
just
in
threw
on.
a lot.
Okay, so pageant revenge. I totally relate to that. I went through that phase when I had my gray hair. After not placing at Florida USA, I was like, okay, that's it. Like pageant Lisa's done. She's dead. So I chopped with a wig and had gray hair for a while. That was like my brand.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's when I really took off. So sometimes like the rejection is like redirection.
Yeah. And I think like looking back, like that pageant wasn't for me. Like the girl who won like did an amazing job, and it's a great pageant. I had an amazing time there. It just wasn't for me, and I think I kind of needed that like nudge to
and like if you won, you wouldn't be where you are today.
Yeah, and if I didn't have that like anger, I wouldn't have been like, let me do something else. So yeah, it totally worked out.
Wow. So you think like my grieving style is also like distraction, I feel like. So like I found out my grandma died when I was on a flight to work Miss Earth and manage the whole thing. I was getting on the plane, I found out she passed away, and like just drowning myself in work. And obviously you can't judge people's grieving styles, but that was really what helped me through it. Because instead of like being in my emotions and being sad, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna move forward. And I feel like that's what she would have wanted for me too, is not to let that distract me or pull out of the pageant for that reason.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know if you probably feel the same, but like makeup is so like therapeutic in a sense. So like you get to release our creative energy. You know what I mean? Like we're making somebody feel like beautiful. Like there's nothing better than that. So to just kind of like force myself into it, and like that was like basically when I really started doing makeup. So, and it just took off. And I think, you know, everything happens for a reason, but it really like, I felt like I owed it to him to like be successful in it because he helped me. So I don't know. It's just crazy. I feel like
lucky
he's like,
you have like a guardian angel.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
like
I
opening
feel like
these doors for you, because now you have like opportunities with Urban Decay and like in LA, which we'll get to.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh my gosh. So I feel like in pageants, when I do like a client's makeup, I'm like their mom. I'm like, if I glam you, you're my child, and I'm your crazy pageant mom. Like, I'll stalk you backstage. Like, do you get that excited?
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. My favorite is like whenever it's a big national pageant where you get to spend a lot of time with like your clients. Yeah. Like just getting close to them, learning like their face, what they like. Like it's just so much fun, especially when they win. It's like, oh my God, my baby did it.
We're like just as excited. I'm like, okay, now give me that crown. It's mine.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I love building relationships with clients, and that's another thing. Like if I was competing, then it would be completely different energy.
Totally different.
So different. But now it's like I get to like bond with these girls. Like I said, like whenever they like love the makeup and start taking selfies, I'm like, yes. Like,
that's about to be me, by the way. Like I wouldn't give the mirror back. I was like, ooh, like I never do like colors. I'm always like a bronzy girl, so this is like so different.
Yeah, so part of national pageants, whenever like at USA National Miss, they always have different party themes, and then I'll have clients who want to do fun looks like the gemstones or like a colored eye.
I love it, and I love the way you do it. Like I look forward to those posts from you whenever UNM is happening. It's like, okay, here's like the theme party.
If you still need a makeup artist for UNM, I'm here.
Yes. Oh my god.
But yeah, it's so much fun. So I love when I get to like build that relationship with clients where they like want to venture out and they like trust me to try new things. So
I love that. And like honestly, for me, my worst nightmare is when somebody comes in and they want something specific, like a photo that's not gonna work with their look. But they'll be like, I love the cat eye, but then they have like really big like round eyes, and I'm like, well, you know, it's gonna be really hard. And then their expectations
or hooded eyes.
Unrealistic.
That happened to me recently.
Yeah, that's when we get the tape out and just
exactly. Yeah. I think for me, like my worst fear with makeup is when you're doing the liner and then they look up and then it gets
that was top. Almost me. No, I was looking down when you were doing my liner today, and I was like, wait, I have to blink.
Yeah.
Because I know like if they blink, it'll just get everywhere.
It gets everywhere. Yeah, that happened to me at a last pageant, and like, you know, pageant makeup, you have to work quick, and I was like using a mascara spoolie, like trying to get it off.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's the worst. But you're like, thank God there's no mirror in front of them.
Yes,
so you like
yes,
play it
like,
cool, and you're like, yeah, no, I'm just blending. But
it'd be like a nightmare, and they have no idea.
Yeah, we've all been there. So you worked with so many like big names, right? Like in pageants. Who's like your favorite makeup client?
Favorite makeup client? Oh, I guess I'd have to say Brianna Miles when she was Teen USA, because she's a close friend of mine, and I did a blue look on her once too.
Oh my
gosh. So shout out her. Yeah, she's a close friend. But yeah, like she's just beautiful, and so it was a lot of fun doing her, and like getting to be friends with Teen USA and then getting to do her makeup. Like that's always so cool.
No, that's major. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and you, I guess.
You're just saying that. The one that came to mind for me was like Lindsay Coffey when you did her episode.
Oh my god, yeah, that was a look, and
she's picky, so like if she approves you, like it's a big deal.
I know. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that was so much fun. She is so gorgeous too, so it was just so easy to do her makeup. But she likes it more natural too, so that was kind of like change of pace for me because I'm like heavy glam. So
Same.
yeah, so doing more natural is always fun, but yeah, so it kind of like put me out of my box, which I liked because I feel like you kind of need that to like grow as an artist.
Yeah, that's so true. Natural is always a challenge for me. I feel like I need to like charge more for natural.
Well, I think with natural, it's also like if they don't have good skin, like it's already gonna be like hard to start.
Yeah.
Because yeah, like if you're getting makeup done, skin is like the most important thing ever. Like you need to have good skin, exfoliate before, moisturize before, because you need like that texture to look good with makeup.
And I'm feeling attacked right now.
No, your skin is so good.
My skin was like crazy today.
No, your skin is so good.
Oh my god.
No, the worst is like when clients show up with like gritty, dry skin. I'm like, I just want to exfoliate that off.
Yeah, sometimes I'll have people that are like peeling from like sunburn, especially pageants in Florida. They like love to hang out in the sun. And then it's like a meltdown when I start glamming because the brush will just scrape off the skin.
Yeah.
So on that note, like what are some good like prep tips for our future clients?
Yes. I would have to say skip the spray tanning on the face because when it gets patchy, like there's nothing really makeup can do about that. Yeah. And it just starts to, I feel like sometimes it almost looks like gray because it's like
all the time. Like if it's like a fresh spray tan and you get too much on there, it mixes gray. It oxidizes so bad.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. Yeah. No lash extensions. We were talking about that. Lash extensions are great, but when you're doing makeup, it just like the powder gets everywhere. It doesn't look the same.
We can't really see. Like you're gonna get your best look if we can just pick the lash for you and glue it on. Because sometimes you know the lashes are too much and they weigh your eyes down.
They do weigh your eyes down, and then it's like for if this is a pageant makeup, like interview versus stage, like you kind of want a different lash. So that and always show up with dry hair. We have to move so quick, so it's important to have dry hair. And like if you wash your hair the night before and know it'll probably still be wet when you wake up, then just blow dry it.
I say like bone dry, or we'll send you back.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else. Oh, like facial hair, waxing.
Yes, that is good too, because that also can turn gray. Like when you have facial hair, like I feel like getting the hairs, because you know what I mean, like the way it mixes.
Again, I feel attacked because like, my mustache is like, I'm like, Jules, you were just like all up in here today.
No, oh my god, your face is perfect. Also, this is like my favorite tip. The Lumify eye drops are a game changer, and they make your eyes look so white, and there's nothing
it's like they're like Facetune.
Yes,
yeah, like
exactly.
You look edited.
Yeah, and it's like you just look better when you have bright white eyes. So I don't know. Yeah, I love Lumify. I would love for them to sponsor me.
Hey, Lumify and misrepresented. All of our guests can use like a bucket of Lumify. Yeah, here. And we'll just drop them in. We should have done that before starting.
Shut up. Oh my god, I have some.
We do. It's okay, too late. We're rolling.
Yeah.
Okay, so next I wanted to give some like freebies, like makeup advice. If you're doing your own makeup for a pageant, like what are some things that you can do to like absolutely look your best? Like what are some hacks that you have? Or
okay, so I think people are almost like scared to like go all out sometimes with makeup, but it's like I always go like for normal makeup, like contour and highlighter, or like concealer, like 2 shades lighter than the norm, and then contour 2 shades darker than the norm, because you need it to look defined. I'm sorry. You need it to look defined, and like a really bright under eye. Like I almost did like white on your under eye today because it's like you just want it to look bright. And so I know it's like scary at first because it's like such harsh colors, and I blended out with like a puff.
Okay.
Yeah, I blend it out with a puff because I feel like it kind of gives an airbrush look. So yeah, just like not being afraid to like commit to the darker colors or lighter colors, and just kind of like follow the shape of your eye from eyeshadow. Like I don't know, I think I use tape. That is such an easy way to get a clean
look. You got
it
like so clean.
Yeah, just
like,
get
I'm sure
a clean
you guys can
look.
See how snatched if you guys are watching the video.
Just get it a clean straight line. And then I like to focus lashes just on the end instead of like a full lash because I feel like it kind of makes the eye look a little bit brighter.
Yeah.
And it's not so like heavy on the inner corner. You don't want to be
heavy on the middle.
Yeah, exactly. And don't use like a lot of highlighter when you're on stage because it can make you look oily.
You look greasy. I've seen that so many times. Obviously not our clients, but don't go crazy. I actually don't use highlighter at all for pageant clients.
I don't either.
Like the only shimmer would be like on the eyes, and that's it. If
like interview, maybe if they like a little bit on the nose, like make it cute. But yeah, for stage, I never put any. And I've also heard that you shouldn't use SPF that it causes like the stage lights kind of makes it like
on your face, yeah, but on the body, I think you do this too, right? Like the Neutrogena sunscreen.
Oh yeah,
I love that for like a body glow because like you want the opposite effect on your body and make everything pop.
Yes, make everything like shiny.
You want to be greasy on the body and then like
matte and matte up here.
What is like one product that they should have with them that they can't live without? I would say Snatch. I'm like, wait.
Yeah, no, literally Snatch. I just got a new one today because it's the best palette ever. You can do eyes and face on it, and it just has like the shimmer in it is like the best shimmer ever. The bronzer color is perfect. Yeah. It's just great, and the blush is so universal. It looks good on literally every skin tone. So yeah, definitely get Snatched.
I feel like that's like what you can take with you backstage because you know you don't want to take everything with you, but if you need to touch something up, you have like everything you need in the mirror just in case.
And if like you have a spray tan and like your tan, the like yellow color in the middle at the top, you can use that to just like blot yourself a little bit.
It's like a setting powder.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like perfect.
Yes. Okay, so everybody asks, right? Do you do hair too?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah. Did you start doing hair because people asked you all the time and you were like, fine, I do it?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely am better at makeup than hair. Like, I feel like I could learn more about hair. I can do pageant hair, but like,
okay, like the editorial, like crazy stuff.
Yeah, that stuff I could learn more about. But I mean, I remember this one makeup artist years ago told me, she said, makeup's like painting and hair is like sculpting.
Yeah, I think that was me.
Oh, really?
I think that was me because I say that.
Yeah, and I mean, growing up, we were both artists like back then, and so I loved painting. But whenever I took pottery classes, I always struggled. Like, I could never like just form it how I wanted to. Like, I definitely am just better at painting. So I always like laugh at that because I'm like, yeah that is literally true. But yeah, I love hair. I don't know. I want to learn more. Like, and I feel like I want to learn more about everything. It's always important to grow and learn.
Learning, that's for sure.
But yeah, there's nothing like pageant hair. Like getting those big curls, like I love that.
I love it. I like doing both. I feel like sometimes I like doing hair more just because like it's like less strain on your body and energy. Because like as a makeup artist, you're in front of their face and like, you know, you have to talk to them and they always want to talk to you. And like by the end of the day, I'm like, I don't have a conversation in me, but it can get kind of toxic.
Oh yeah, like with hair, like you can just zone out and like it's just like autopilot.
You're just behind them, like whatever.
Like curling, yeah. With makeup, like you have to pay attention.
Okay, so let's see. Moving on, I want to talk about Pageant Planet. You're the social media director, which is like iconic, right? I love it. And you're doing such a good job. Like all my favorite posts are like Pageant Planet. Like I'll love the post and then I check and I'm like, oh, it's Pageant Planet.
Yeah, I've grown at like 100K since I started working.
You're kidding.
Yeah, it's been really exciting. I think my favorite part is making the memes. Like I don't know if you've ever seen them.
They're so good. Do you make them?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I just go on like Twitter. I go like on meme pages and I'm like, how can I apply this to the pageant world?
Yeah.
And, yeah, so I had one get 100 million views.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
Which one was it?
Oh my god, it was kind of went viral for a wrong reason, but it was the girl who was getting stuff thrown at her. It was fake. But she was like wearing a crown and like a pageant dress and like people were throwing water at her and eggs. And it was for her beauty brand to like show that like her makeup lasts.
Okay.
But people thought it was real. And so they were like, what is happening?
What was the caption for
The caption was how it feels when you tell people you do pageants and they believe the stereotypes.
Oh my god, that is so good.
I mean, that is accurate.
You're so, like how do you think of this stuff? You're so creative.
I don't even know. It just like I never thought in my entire life I would be coming up with memes, but I've actually like grown such a love for it. Like I love it so much. It's like my favorite part of the job.
Oh my gosh, it's so exciting.
Yeah, I love it.
Do you get to travel to pageants like with Pageant Planet?
Well, a lot of the times I'm kind of already working at a pageant that Pageant Planet's like doing People's Choice with or something like that. So it goes hand in hand. But I never really like will act on like Pageant Planet if I'm there for a makeup job.
Okay.
Like if they need my help, then I'll do it.
No, I loved like Earth USA because we were there working and like we got to do that. I'm a pageant makeup artist. Of course I'm scared of your mom. That was iconic.
Yeah, that video was so good. Yeah, that one did well too. So fun. And then the party afterwards on New Year's Eve for Best of Pageantry. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I got to work like 2 of my jobs at the same time.
Literally.
So on New Year's Eve.
Did you survive?
Yeah, I was up for a full 24 hours that day.
I believe it.
Because we started at like 3 a.m. doing makeup.
Probably 4.
4. I was up at 3.
I would never do 3.
Yeah, no, I was up at 3. to do makeup, and then I stayed up like till
my
3 for New Year's
gosh.
Eve. So yeah,
Wow. That's
it was
so fun.
it was fun. I always feel like how you start the year though, like on New Year's Eve, like kind of like
reflects your whole year.
Yes.
Right.
And
it sets the tone.
It does set the tone. So like getting to be with friends that I love, and just working, doing makeup, like I don't know, it was honestly a great way to start the year.
It was so fun. I loved it. I died by the end of the pageant. I was like, I can't, I don't have it in me. I kind of had FOMO though, like seeing everyone's posts and like the champagne and everything.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. I'm excited for next year's. I think we're gonna do something special, so it'll be exciting.
I'm excited. Okay, so any advice for pageant girls on how they can grow their social media?
Posting regularly, honestly, like you have to post daily, like even like twice a day if you want to, because like that's just how you get the numbers. Like I have to say, like I post 1 or 2 times a day for all my social media channels that like I work for. But like on my personal, I've noticed the numbers drop because I just don't post on there as much anymore. It's like you need the numbers, you need to be in that algorithm, you need to use
like getting that momentum,
getting the momentum, getting the hashtags. And just looking at what other people are posting that's going viral, and then like you don't have to straight up copy it, but you know, like have your own version of it,
apply it to like your brand. Wow.
And like just seeing what's doing well. But yeah, definitely posting a lot and posting at the right times is what matters.
Oh my god.
Like I know Sundays at like 7 p.m. Eastern time is like the best time to post.
Okay.
I normally post at 12 p.m. for like the weekdays. I don't know. I just know the algorithm is like such a thing now. Yeah.
Like when did it get so serious?
I know, right?
Starting and it was just like for fun. Like you post like your food with like no filter.
Yes, exactly. Like, or like too much filters.
Yeah.
Now like filters are like not a thing.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's so crazy.
But yeah, social media is definitely a science and a world of its own. I was listening to your last podcast, but I'm not on TikTok, which I know I should be.
Well, no, because it's like on its way out.
Yeah.
Like they're about to ban it, so I'm like, why start?
Yeah. But it is funny how like things that will do well like on the Pageant Planet's Instagram won't do well on TikTok, but then vice versa. Like what didn't do well on Instagram will do well on TikTok. So it's funny like the different audiences you can have. And
I'm just really confused because I feel like, okay, I thought like Instagram was like this like aspirational box, you know, where you have like all the inspirational things, and then TikTok is like the reality box where like you show your relatable stuff and like your crazy side and just be unhinged, right? But now like Reels is trying to be more relatable.
Yeah.
Do you think it's gonna work that way? Because I love Instagram for motivation and inspiration.
I think it will. I think if Instagram wasn't taken down by TikTok already, like I feel like it's still just gonna thrive and like keep doing its thing. Like it could have faded out after that, but it didn't. Like it's still, you know what I mean? So like going strong. So I think it'll be fine.
I think they're two completely different outlets for me. Like I have like a mood for TikTok and then a mood for Instagram.
Instagram's like my educational, like you said, motivational. Like I watch all my makeup content there, like learning new tricks and stuff like that.
TikTok is like brain rot.
Yeah.
But sometimes I get news from there. Like I learn like things happening in the world that I would
That's
never
like
know.
Twitter for me, or X. Like I it's
gosh.
literally my newspaper. Like that's how I take in my information. It's honestly where I get a lot of my memes from too.
Oh, that's so smart.
Yeah.
I haven't been on X in so long. Wow. Well, that's good. How can like a girl make the most out of her pageant to be visible during pageant week? What kind of content could she create?
Anything that's about your platform, about your brand. Definitely like branding yourself is so key. Like you need to have like something that people are like, oh, like she's known for that. Like I don't know if you watched Drag Race, but Nymphia was like the yellow banana girl, and like she didn't overdo it. It worked for her. Like you know what I mean? Like it was just her thing. And so it's like having a brand like that people can identify you with, I think really helps. Posting content that not only is about yourself, but about the pageant system that you're doing, I think is really helpful because they're looking for somebody who's going to be a representative. So if you're doing that already, they're going to see that and be like, oh, great. Like this girl's already fulfilling the job. It's not like you want to wait till after you've won to start fulfilling it. You want to start doing it beforehand. Yeah. So, yeah, definitely posting about the pageant system and promoting it, and about your platform too, because that's obviously important. I think are great ways to make yourself stand out.
I love that. So out of like, you know, pageants inside and out, like every single system, right? Are you allowed to tell me which one's your favorite?
I mean, I don't want to be biased.
Okay, give me like a top 3 and why.
Okay. I'll say Earth. I've never competed in it, but I love the director.
It's so positive.
It's so positive. I loved how they had like a day to just do like a mental health day that they had off. I love that. I'm gonna say UNM because I love the parties. I love how glam it is. It's just so much fun. The stage is amazing. The production's so good.
And Jackie cares so much about her girls.
She really does. Yeah. And I guess I'll have to end with saying National America Miss, because even though like I grew up doing NAM, and I don't think like if I competed now, I don't think I would win, but like I still like that is a great pageant system. Like that one is so amazing. Like they really are about empowering and uplifting women and young girls. It's just such a good one. And like for me, when I started doing it, I was so shy growing up. So NAM was my first pageant, and they have personal introduction. So that really got me out of my shell, because no other pageant really has that.
Yeah.
Where you have to give like a minute-long speech about yourself.
How old were you?
12.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
When I was 12, I was playing with Neopets. Like the opposite of like talking about myself.
I actually had like a pageant mess up at NAM when I competed at nationals. I think when I was 14, I forgot my intro on stage.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and I like, well, what happened was I said the first line, and then I repeated the first line again.
Oh my god.
And then I realized what I was doing, and I was like, oh my god.
But at least like it came, at least you said something. I've seen it all. I've seen people forget their names. Like, yeah, I'm sure you've seen
I paused I was just standing there for like 10 seconds, and then it came back to me, and I like finished, but you know, like 2 seconds can feel like a minute. So
oh my god.
Yeah. I finished it, and then I ran off stage crying, but it was fine.
It's okay. How did you do?
Oh, I didn't win. I didn't get top 5 or anything, but I did get the highest interview score. Like at the end, they show you like where you stand. And I got like in the higher end, like exemplary was like the word they used, because I was so like, I'm not winning this, that I walked into interview with no nerves like at all.
Oh,
so
I love it.
Yeah, it was like my best interview ever.
That's like the secret to have a good interview. Is to not care.
Yeah, I like did not care at all.
Easier said than done though, because we care.
Yes. Actually, when I won UNM, like how I went into that for interview was I was like, if the director Jackie Watson came up to me and was like, hey, I have these people I want to introduce you to, like just talk to them like that, because I wouldn't be nervous. Like I would know to give my best impression, and
that is such good advice.
Talk about myself, but it's also like it's not that serious. Like these people just want to get to know you. It's not like 100%. They're grilling you for like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was what really helped me. And I was like talking to people around me, so I just kept being in conversation and didn't have time to like think.
I love that. I feel like when you're waiting for interview is when the nerves like really kick in. So I feel like the longer you wait for interview, the more nervous you get. Because I've had girls that are like, okay, like running a little bit late out of the makeup chair, so they go straight into interview and they don't wait that long, and they're fine because they don't have time to like overthink it and like get nervous.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, sometimes the waiting time is like where you get
I feel so bad. Like I had to like, my mom, she's a great pageant mom and I love her so much, but I was like, Mom, you can't come down with me. Like, I don't know. I'm sure the pageant girls will get it. Like, you just have that, like, stress level with your mom. Like, because she's been with you through everything. You know what I mean? Like, she gets it. And so I was like, you can't come down with me. So she waited in the room and I went down with my friend's mom instead.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and I just talked to her the whole time. Because I was like, I can't, like, I just didn't want it to feel serious and, like, a whole thing. So I had to, like, get out of, like, my norm and my comfort zone.
Okay, so speaking of moms, as, like, a makeup artist.
Moms are so scary.
I'm actually, like, legit, like, terrified of your mom. Like, don't bring her because I'll get scared. Yeah, and then your makeup won't be good.
Literally, I've had clients where the moms just sit and watch the whole time.
Yeah, like literally breathing down your neck, like over your shoulder, like watching everything, and they'll be like, why is there so much powder there? Like, why does she look like that? And I'm like, please trust the process, because my process, you look insane until the lashes are on. You will look crazy. So it's all about trusting, and like sometimes it's a downward spiral once they pick out. Like they don't like how it looks when it's baking. Yeah,
no, that's so true. I had like a makeup client where it was these two friends, and I was doing the one friend, and she looked at her like, girl.
Oh, wait. That's happened to me before.
Yeah.
One of them took a picture of like the worst angle and the worst lighting of the makeup, and then goes up to my client in the chair and shows her what I'm doing. And like the girl, she's like booked me before, so she knew. And she was like, okay, whatever. But I was like fuming. I was like, why would you do that? Yeah. And I was like so thrown off.
I like knew the friend was like thinking something, and then once I was done, she was like, I'm not gonna lie, I was really scared for her, but it looks great now. And I was like, yeah, trust the process. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. What is it like managing a team? So I know you've worked on many teams and now you manage your own. What's the difference?
I mean, I guess the responsibility is there. Like if I was working on your team and something goes wrong,
it's
like,
my problem.
Yeah, it's your problem. Whereas if something goes wrong on my team, like I'm the one who has to take care of it. Oh my God. Like we had somebody that we thought had like COVID once on our team. This was like when COVID was happening. It ended up being fine.
Yeah.
But like, you know, like I was like, I have to handle this all now. You know what I mean?
Gosh.
Like,
yeah,
so
it's a lot of responsibility.
It just gets scary in that regard, or if like somebody's unhappy with their look or whatever, and like getting them to fix it, and just, you know, I think it's all about good communication, first of all, especially with the clients, like being in communication with them all the time so that they know what to expect and you can be sure of like what you're gonna get to. But making the schedule is my least favorite part. I save that until the very end.
Me too.
The very, very end.
Like, I sometimes wait too long and everyone's like, where is the schedule?
I know.
I'm like, sorry. I'm just dreading making it.
Yeah. I push it back as far as I can. And my sister, she'll help me. She's like an elementary school teacher. So she's like good at like organizing and all that stuff. And she'll help me make the schedule, but even she's like, wow, this is a lot. And I'm like, yeah.
The schedule can like make or break your weekend, because if you do it incorrectly, even if you're off by like 10-15 minutes, like it's chaos.
I think that's why also like when clients show up late or miss their appointment, like they don't realize like I had this down to a T, like you know what I mean?
They get so mad and they want to be squeezed in, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, they're gonna do a chargeback if I don't squeeze them in. So it gets really stressful. Has anyone done a chargeback?
No. And I had, so I just had my last pageant, my client slept through her appointment.
Oh no.
She ended up winning, so it was fine. But I was like so nervous, but nobody has done that yet for me, but I have had people miss.
I feel like our bigger pageants, you know, there's always somebody that like regrets spending so much on makeup to not place, and they don't realize how much it hurts a business, but it's happened. So I always like take pictures, get the paperwork, and we're good.
I have had people who canceled on me last minute and like wanted a full refund.
Oh my gosh.
Like, and it's always been for medical reasons.
Oh, and, that's hard.
Yeah, so it's like I just give it but I definitely need to start making like contracts and things set in place so that I don't like get screwed over on my end, because it's like being a pageant girl, I get it. This stuff is expensive and it's a lot of work, but also now being on the makeup side of it,
being a business owner, it's so hard. Like sometimes at the end of the day, I'm like, is it really worth it? Because once everyone's paid and everything is done, you're not making that much.
No, I know, because you have to pay your assistants like a good amount. Like you have to make it worth it for them. Like they're working their butts off.
All the operations, the travel, the hotels, the food, like Ubers, bags, like it adds up so fast. It does add up. But I love my job, so I'm like, that's why I keep doing it.
Yeah, I love it so much. Like I posted on my story the other day, I was like, been awake for 24 hours, haven't eaten food at all, but like love this life. And when
and my clients look hot.
Yeah, especially when you get a client that wins, like that is so exciting.
It's like we're winning. Yeah, like I might as well be being crowned on that stage.
Literally. I'm like, that's my girl. Yeah, literally.
I love that. I'm trying to think like, okay, so we've like kind of been all over the place. Like ADD. I know. What else? Tell me about like being a pageant title holder. How was your reign as U.S. National Miss?
Oh, I got so lucky. Like I think like my sister queens and I were like this, like to this day.
Still?
Yeah, like to this day. Yeah, Michaela Belga. She's like
she was your sister queen. You were so lucky. You won like the sister queen lottery.
I did. Yeah, I mean I was a bridesmaid at her wedding. We talk like all the time on the phone. She's like my literal best friend. Yeah, I love her so much. But I love my other sister queens too. Naya was my junior teen. Allie was my preteen. Tessa was the princess. And then Emery was the junior princess. And I was so lucky to have all of them. They're like literally the best. I honestly, like, I think I can say this. Like, I don't think any other group has been as close as our group was. Like, we just are like family. Like it is family.
I love that. Yeah. But I feel like UNM, like the foundation is definitely like building a sisterhood. But it's just like super, super competitive. So like how many girls were in your division?
I think like 56.
Okay. Oh, so like all the states. Plus like some regions.
Plus, because I was a region. I won like a model competition, so I got to go back for free.
Oh wow.
So so that's why I went back. I almost didn't go back, which is so funny. Like if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have gone back. Which thank God I did. But
And then after that, you went on to compete in collegiate. Did you do Virginia? I feel like you did one more.
I did Virginia Teen USA, where I also bombed that onstage question.
Jules, yes, you and your onstage question.
This is why I'll never compete again. And then I did Massachusetts USA.
That's right. Okay, that's when I knew you, right? How was that experience?
Oh, that was great. I mean, like, I've only done a USA. I did Virginia Teen USA once, and then I did Mass USA once. So the USA system is definitely different from other pageants.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even just the judges, they're not really like pageanty judges.
Yeah.
And so,
and I feel like they're constantly evolving. You know, like even right now we're like still figuring out what the new directorship is looking for in a queen.
Yeah, like it's just always changing, always something new. So, I mean, obviously I got top 5, that's why I bombed the question. But, which the question was, if you could pick 3 objects to put into a time capsule, what would it be? Oh, that represent how women have evolved, what would it be and why? And she started it off by saying, this is a tough question, so take your time.
Oh,
so
and that probably already messed you up.
Yeah, I already was like, no. And then tell me why my first thought was a tampon. Like, I don't even...
We don't use pads anymore. Now we use menstrual cups.
Diva cups are the new thing. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I totally bombed it. I don't even remember what I said. I think I said a flag for like, because women, that was like when Hillary was running for president.
Okay.
An American flag. And I don't even remember what else I said. I just remember the timer going off and I was like, thank you. And I just walked off.
Take 4th runner-up.
Yeah, literally.
Oh my gosh. You know, that takes me back to like the maps question for the viral South Carolina teen, like way back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
How would you have answered that question? Seriously.
I know.
I literally would have been like, some people don't have maps.
Yeah.
Like, that was tough. They did her dirty.
I know. It is like, some questions are just like, this is not a great question. Like,
did everyone get the same question in your top 5?
No, and my whole platform was anti-bullying. So the girl before me got asked that question.
Oh my god.
And so I was like, okay, like these questions are easy. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
and then you get like this crazy one.
Yeah. Which, like, I get it's a cool question, but how do you learn anything about me from that, or like what I want to do? I don't know. Like, I feel like questions at that point should be about what you're gonna do with this title.
It should definitely be
like
about
trivial,
you, because it's like your last chance to like leave an impression on the judges. So let's give you a second chance on Misrepresented. Tell us like about your platform and what do you do?
Yes. So I'm the creator of True Beauty Glam. If you haven't heard of that, follow me on Instagram at True Beauty Glam. And yeah, makeup is my passion. I'm all about mental health awareness and obviously anti-bullying. I'm always going to be about that. Having a sister in elementary schools, I go in and talk to students a lot because you start to learn like the mental health starts there at that age. Like that's when it's developing, and it's a lot of the times it's about what's happening in their family at home, things they don't understand. Like my sister has worked in Title I schools, which is like low-income families. And so you start to see like these issues, like if their parents are in prison, like that's happened to my sister before, like, you know, like they don't understand what's happening, and it can lead to problems in the future. And it's like, that's why it's important at that age, like in these developmental ages and years, like to really stress the importance of mental health. And to parents too, like it's not something to be afraid of. It's not something to be scared of, that if your child has something like going on, like that's totally fine. Like I have stuff, like I'm sure a lot of people do, not everybody, but a lot of people in this world do, and it's fine that we accept that and embrace it, because if we don't, then we're just kind of like living in this darkness forever. And it's really important to not only be kind to others, but especially be kind to yourself.
Yeah, definitely. Have you experienced bullying personally? Like,
oh, when I was younger, I was really tall, so like people made fun of my height growing up, but I don't know, like I have tough skin. Like I'm never gonna say I was bullied. Like,
like not even like online or anything, or you just like don't care?
Oh, I mean, like when I started doing pageants, like people were like, "Oh my god, like she's too ugly for that, or she's too fat for that." But like,
oh my gosh,
that's just their opinion.
Wow,
it's fine.
You're so strong. Like I've definitely been like bullied, probably like even to this day still, and it's so hard for me to deal with. Like I'll like go offline for like days because I'm like, I just don't even want to be on the radar.
I think what I've learned is, if somebody's gonna make negative comments about you and like bully you, there's something going on with them. Because why are you not happy somebody's trying to take care of like their dream and their goals? Like why does that make you upset? Like that's weird. So that's how I kind of view it, and it's like, that's just a you problem. I'm gonna do me. And yeah, I love that.
I mean, I'm always just like block, delete, block.
Yeah, I don't have a problem doing that either. Yeah. I mean, it's hard. Like it does bother me to an extent. Like I'm not gonna say I'm completely unfazed by it. I just think I've learned growing up that like, you know, everybody's gonna have opinions, and even times where, actually Lindsay said this to me once, Lindsay Marie Coffey, she was like, you know, I have like this, she was talking about a girl and how she had like negative feelings, and she was like, what is going on with me that I feel that way? And I was like, that's so real, because it's like, you know, like I'm not perfect. I felt that way towards other other people too, where I was like a hater.
All the time.
Yeah, and then you kind of like reflect and you're like, okay, like maybe they're just pursuing something I'm too afraid to do, and that's why I feel that way. So it's time for me to like change my mindset and cheer them on, and then just go after my own dreams too.
I love that. Oh my gosh. I love to see girls win though.
Yeah.
I feel like pageantry has done that for me.
Oh yeah, like I love pageantry because now I'm surrounded by ambitious, empowered women.
Like there's no jealousy. There's no jealousy. Like you never see like successful women ever hating on each other.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like if you're truly like in your zone and in your element, like you're happy when other people are doing the right things and like good things for them. So that's what it's all about. Yeah.
Okay, so to wrap it up, we're gonna do a this or that.
Okay.
I feel like we already did one because I always end with what's an ideal on stage question you'd love to be asked.
No.
But like we just did that. Okay, so the first one is steak or sushi.
Sushi. Love sushi.
Yum. Road trip or fly?
Flying. It's easier.
Yeah, faster. We don't have time for that.
Yeah, I'm so impatient.
East Coast or West Coast?
I don't know. Like, I want to say East Coast, but I was telling Lisa I might be moving to LA, so, like, maybe a West Coast girly. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, let us know. I want, like, the report.
Yeah.
Photo shoot or fashion show?
Photo shoot. I feel like you can get more, like, versatility with that.
Yeah, more control. Okay, so this is going to be, like, if you're doing it, which I know the answer to, actually. Hair or makeup?
Makeup.
Okay, now getting it done. Hair or makeup?
I guess I would say hair because I'm bad at hair.
Yeah. You know what? I'm the same. Like, someone has to deal with all this.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Shopping online or in person?
Oh, online. Like, there is no greater feeling than, like, add to cart.
Sometimes my therapy is, like, adding everything to the cart and then closing the window. And I'm like, okay, bye.
I do the same exact thing. I have a rule with myself. If 48 hours go by and I'm still thinking about it, okay, then fine, I can buy it. But if I've forgotten about it, then I'm like, all right, that was just a moment. I'm a new person now.
Save money. Reels or TikTok? I feel like we talked about
Reels,
that.
Yeah.
Reels. And that's it. Is there anything else you want to share with our audience? Or give me a topic. I've been coming up with topics. Give me one and we'll cover it.
Okay. Oh God, I don't know now.
That means we covered everything.
Yeah.
It's a wrap.
I'm so glad I was on here. I'm so excited.
No, seriously. Thank you so much. So where can we follow you? Oh, what's the next pageant you're working?
The next one, Miss Montana USA, but big one would be USA National Miss.
Awesome. And that's in
Orlando. Oh, do you mean time? It's like July, mid-July.
No, USA National. They're not at the Diplomat anymore?
No, I moved to Orlando.
I love that.
Yeah.
It used to be across the street from the studio. Okay.
I do want to say before I end that I love Lisa so much. She literally has saved my life, and I'm so grateful for her and all the opportunities she's given me. Like, this is a gem of a human. No, like, you're like the most humble person I've ever met.
Oh my God, I'm actually crying.
No, I'm so appreciative of you, and I'm so glad to be here.
Well, I'm so proud of you. Like, seriously, I've like really watched your journey, and I'm just so proud to be a part of it.
Thank you.
And forever your glam mom.
Yes.
And now you're glam baby because I got my makeup done by you.
Yeah.
So. Okay, so where can we follow you on social media?
True Beauty Glam and at Jules JULES _ Corsi CORSI.
And she does work with Lady Code sometimes. She'll be in California, USA. So that's like the next one you're going with us too, right? Cannot wait. West
so
Coast.
excited.
Yes. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.